In a small town, there was a man named Noah. He wasn't rich or well-known, or even particularly happy, but he had hands that could bring broken things back to life. Old radios that no longer sang, watches that forgot how to tick, clocks whose hearts had gone silent. His little repair shop stood at the corner of a cobblestone street, the kind of place people passed without noticing, except for those who still believed that some things were worth saving. One cold afternoon, a woman entered his shop. She held an antique clock close to her chest, as if it carried something more than just hours. "It belonged to my mother," she said softly. "It stopped last month. I tried winding it, but..." Her voice trailed off. Noah took the clock gently and placed it on his work table. He wound it, oiled the gears, adjusted the balance wheel. But nothing changed. The hands refused to move. They stayed frozen at 11:11. Noah frowned. "Strange," he murmured. He promised to take a closer look and asked her to return in a week, but she never did. Days passed, and the clock remained on the shelf, its stillness becoming part of the room. Every evening, when the shop grew quiet, Noah's eyes would drift to that clock. The golden hands, fixed at 11:11, glimmered faintly in the fading light. There was something haunting about it, like a story half told. He began to notice a pattern. Whenever life felt too heavy, his gaze would wander to those two identical digits, and somehow it calmed him. Maybe it was the symmetry. Maybe it was coincidence. Or maybe it was a reminder that even when time stopped, life went on. One night, a storm rolled in from the sea. Waves crashed against the shore, and thunder echoed through the narrow streets. Noah sat alone in his dim shop, surrounded by ticking clocks, each one marking a different heartbeat of the world, each one alive, except for that one. He thought about the woman who never returned, about the people who once filled his life, and how quietly they'd all slipped away, like minutes lost between seconds. His hands trembled as he picked up the clock again. He whispered, "You stopped." But somehow you stayed. And for the first time, Noah didn't try to fix it. He just listened to the rain and let the silence speak. The next morning, sunlight poured through the windows. A little girl wandered into the shop with her father. She pointed to the old clock and asked, "Why doesn't that one move?" Noah smiled. "Because it doesn't need to," he said. The father chuckled. "You should fix it. Time shouldn't stop." Noah looked at the clock again, the hand still resting perfectly at 11:11, and he said quietly, "Sometimes it's good that it does." Closing message, life lesson. We spend so much of our lives trying to make everything move. Our careers, our plans, our relationships. We measure our worth by how much we progress, how fast we go, how busy we seem. But not everything that stops is broken. Sometimes life halts, not to punish you, but to remind you to breathe. 11:11 isn't about wishing for something new. It's about noticing what already is. It's that quiet pause where the universe whispers, "Stay still. You're aligned. You're enough." Maybe something in your life has stopped too. A dream, a connection, a version of yourself you miss. And maybe you've been trying to restart it. But what if it's meant to pause? What if that stillness is exactly what you need to realign with who you are? So when the world around you keeps ticking, and you feel left behind, remember Noah's clock. Because maybe time didn't stop. Maybe it's just waiting for you to catch up to yourself.